Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, our moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the mercy, compassion, love, forgiveness of God, and our moments also with the holy ones of God, the saints of God, and not to forget to turn our attention also to our own selves, because what the saints did is actually they followed their conscience, they followed what was the churning that was taking place in their hearts and tried to connect it with what the Word of God said to them, and they meditated on it and followed it. And I invite you also to be co-missionaries with me by sharing the Word of God, the attempts that I am making here through YouTube channel to reach out to more people, sharing the Word of God. You too can share the Word of God. Don't pay me any money. Just share the video with others and ask your friends and family members also to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Today, as you see, I am standing once again in this little pond water, because today there is a reference to a lake. Of course, this is not a lake, but it is a small prototype of a lake, a small version of a lake. Because as the disciples were with Jesus and Jesus was sleeping in the boat, a huge storm came upon in the lake, and the boat started shaking and the disciples were afraid. But Jesus was sleeping. So they woke him up and said, "Are you not worried that we are sinking?" And then Jesus calmed the sea, the storm, and he told them, "You men of little faith." So there are several things that arise in one's mind. First of all, could Jesus really be sleeping in a boat when there is a storm going on, when the boat is shaking so wildly and strongly? Can one be sleeping? Was Jesus really so tired? Yes, that is one explanation, that he was so tired that he was sleeping. Or maybe he was too used to being traveling on the boat so that this shaking did not disturb him. Or probably there is another explanation. I am not sure, but I am guessing that one of the explanations could be that he was just pretending to sleep. I'll tell you that. Pretending to sleep, why? Because, first of all, he wanted to know how much the disciples really knew him. One word is to test them. I am not saying test their faith, but to test them how much of knowledge and experience they had of Jesus, because they have been traveling with him, they have been watching his work, they have been watching how he preaches, he talks, he heals, he loves, he forgives. So Jesus wants to really know how much of him do they know or do they don't know. And so he is offering them a chance, another occasion, to know who he really is. So that's why he's pretending to sleep, and as soon as they wake him up, he calms the storm down and the water is calm, and then he turns around to them. So if it was only that he was sleeping and then the sea would have been calmed or the lake would have been calmed, and then he would have gone back to sleep. No, no, no. He doesn't go back to sleep. He takes the occasion to tell them, "You men of little faith, do you not yet have faith?" So that's why I'm thinking that he was pretending to sleep, because he wanted to give them a lesson to know that he is capable of doing these things, and whether they have faith in him and whether they have faith in God. And then finally, I find it very interesting also that right in the end, when he has calmed everything, those men start saying, "What kind of man is this, that even the storm and the winds obey him?" Please note that these are his disciples who were with him, who were going around with him, who were listening to him, who were watching everything he was doing. And yet, at this moment, they are asking, "What kind of man is this, that even the winds and the things obey him?" Was it the first time that Jesus was performing a miracle? No, he had already performed his first miracle in Cana in Galilee, where he had multiplied, or he had turned the water into wine. So he was already performing miracles. Why is it that they are saying now that what kind of man is this that even the winds and storm obey him? And that's what I mean. That is precisely what I mean when I say where he was finding out whether the disciples really knew him enough. And this is another lesson for the disciples to know him better. That's why they are saying it. What kind of man is this? That means they are having another lesson to know him. What kind of man is this? So they are actually coming to know a little more about him, because all this is building up to his final destination. I am sure you too are trying to learn more about Jesus, or if you are not, I would suggest that please read the Word of God. Learn more and more about Jesus. It's a wonderful journey to know Jesus and to get into a deeper relationship with Him. And my dear friends, if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.